Hello dear students and welcome back. My name is Ajlin and our topic today, fake news. So let's start. In this lesson you will be analyzing if some news is real news or fake news, and you will learn how to spot fake news. For this lesson you need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, internet access, and you can stop the video anytime you like. Let's start with a famous statement by Mark Twain. If you don't read the newspapers, you are uninformed. If you do read them, you are misinformed. Stop for a moment and think what is meant by this. Mark Twain used the word misinformation, and in this lesson you will come across lots of words that start with the prefix mis, which means ill, mistaken, wrong, such as to mislead, misinterpret, mistrust, misinform, or misuse. Stop the recording and copy them in your notebook and learn them. Allegedly, Mark Twain also said that a lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is putting on its shoes. What was meant by that? Think for a moment, stop this recording, and think what was meant by this famous sentence that Mark Twain may have uttered. When we talk about news, we should note that there are three different types of news. There is soft news that we find in tabloids, usually telling us about some romantic affair of a famous star. Then there is fake news that we want to avoid, and there is hard news that we find in broadsheets and serious newspapers. Today we will be talking about fake news. Before we start, we should check how well you know the terms associated with fake news. It is in the form of a quiz, so you have to decide if the answer A, B or C is correct. At the end of the quiz, you will be able to see if your answers were correct. So let's start. What does to debunk mean? A. To get involved in a debate. B. To expose the falseness of an idea. C. To fail to achieve a certain task. Decide if A, B or C is the correct explanation of that verb. What does a grain of truth refer to? A. The truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. B. A bit of truth and a lot of lies. C. An entirely untruthful assertion. What does the verb to distort mean? A. To cut something in pieces. B. To give a misleading or false account or impression. C. To have two possible solutions to a problem. A, B or C. What is an infodemic? A. A rapid and far-reaching spread of both accurate and inaccurate information. B. Facts provided or learned about something or someone. C. A display of informed decisions made by a person or a group of people. A, B or C. What is a spin? A. A special point of view presented for the purpose of influencing opinion. B. A way of pointing at some important issue. C. A way in which a newspaper agency rotates information. A, B or C. What is a red flag? A. Something that makes people reconsider. B. Something that draws attention to a problem. C. A term used in sports to indicate that a player has done something wrong. A, B, or C? What is a clickbait? A. Food placed on a hook to catch fish. B. A text or a link that is designed to attract attention. C. A term used to describe the action of pressing a mouse button. A, B, or C? What does to be duped into something mean? A. To be deceived or tricked. B. To be covered with sand or some other material. C. To be questioned about the authenticity of something. A, B, or C? What is cognitive bias? A. A collection of fake news. B. A way in which our mind works when confronted with reality. C. An individual's construction of reality, not the objective input. A, B, or C? What are deepfakes? A. Ways of faking some important information. B. Internet articles that are not real. C. Videos that use AI technology to paste a celebrity face onto a different body. A, B, or C? Time to check your answers and learn. Watch this short video and check if your answers were correct. Learn what the words really mean. In the picture you can see a person, let's call him John. Let's take a look at him. What do you think? Which sections in the newspapers does he like to read? Hard news or soft news? Could he be enjoying community news or does he prefer real-life stories? Do you think he may be into comics or even horoscopes? And can he easily spot fake news and dismiss them? Or is he the kind of a person who would easily be led to believe such stories? Before you listen to what he has to say, let's check a few idioms that you will be able to hear in his speech. These idioms you should copy in your notebook and learn. If, and it is a big if, means it is not certain. To go viral means to quickly spread. Marathon talk means a very long talk. To turn a blind eye means to ignore something. Behind closed doors means hidden from view. To take by storm means to become very popular. To pull the wool over someone's eyes means to deceive. And both sides of the coin means both points of view. So stop the recording and learn these words.
You could say just by looking at me that I read broadsheets, but you might be wrong. I sometimes spend hours looking for some interesting stories. If, and it's a big if, I do find some story that went viral, it is usually about some political advertising. The truth is I get very angry when I do so, because I hate politicians who have marathon talks on their programs and turn a blind eye to the needs of people. And it seems that most articles are about them. One should be aware of what is going on behind closed doors and what they are trying to cover up. When politicians try to take people by storm with their versions of the stories, you should know that they are pulling the wool over your eyes. That is the reason why I always try to see both sides of the coin, and always read 2 or 3 articles on the same topic, and very often stay up all night surfing the net. On top of that, I have to be aware of the existence of fake news and be able to tell real news from fake news, which of late has become quite difficult. With so much information available on a daily basis, it is difficult to spot lies. Only by debunking them can we prevent being duped by false sources and made-up stories that just serve to bring money to their authors and are nothing but clickbaits, designed to trick us into believing in a bunch of lies. The worst are those stories that are fabricated around the grain of truth and then spread through mainstream media so that they gain their alleged credibility and can reach lots of people.
Let's check your comprehension. What kind of news does he usually end up reading? A. Soft news. B. Hard news. C. Fake news. And the correct answer is B. Hard news. When is it especially difficult to spot fake news? A. When there is a bit of truth in it. B. When lots of people talk about it. C. When we are duped by false sources. And the correct answer is A. When there is a bit of truth in it. Time to practice idioms. Copy this link bit.ly LA idioms, and in learning apps there is an exercise with the idioms that you have just learned. So stop the recording and do the task. You have just heard what kind of news John likes to read and what is bothering him. How about you? Do you know how to read the news? Are you biased? Can you tell if the news is fake or not? Do you trust the surveys? You are now going to watch a video, How to Read the News. You will find it under this link, bit.ly ENGL News. Copy it, and after that there is going to be a comprehension check. Stop this recording and do your task. Let's now check your comprehension. You should decide which statements on the left correspond to the statements on the right according to the video that you have just watched. So stop this recording and combine the statements. And this is how you should have combined them. You should read the correction actually corresponds to they like to bury them. You need to break out of your bubble. You need to absorb all sides of the debate. This is the red warning sign. The sources are unnamed. Has the event really happened? Not all warnings come true. Surveys cannot be trusted. Is it advertising or reality? Can you tell real news from fake news? You are now going to watch a compilation of 5 videos, and at the end there is going to be a comprehension check exercise. So stop this recording, copy the link, and after that you will be able to analyze any piece of news that you read or watch. After watching these videos, you have now learned how to debunk fake news. Let's repeat. You have to check the source. If it is reliable or unreliable, can you trust that source? You have to check the author. Has he posted something serious so far or nothing at all? Check the date. Is it perhaps out of date? Check if there are any followers, if it is posted on some social media. Check URLs. If it ends with some unusual ending, then it is probably fake news. If it is an email, check the sender's address. Check the context, spelling. Is it perhaps some sensationalist article? And compare. Do the reverse image search and read the comments. Time to use the knowledge that you have just gained. Under these two links, bit.ly fake news 100 and bit.ly false or real, you will find a quiz, actually 2 of them. You will be shown some articles and some videos, and you will have to decide if the news there is fake or real. Stop the recording and do the task. For your homework, you have to analyze the text that you will find under this link bit.ly fake news homework, and you have to use the techniques that you have learned today and decide if this article is fake or real news. Explain why it is fake or why it is not fake. This checklist will help you. Check for the credibility, author, date, URL, source, context, spelling, if there are some spelling mistakes, headlines, and do the reverse image search and check the comments. At the end of the lesson, we should check what you have learned. If you have completed all your tasks, spotted fake news and analyzed the authenticity of a newspaper article, tick the smiling smiley. If not, go back to the part that you haven't done and do it again. I hope that you enjoyed learning today about fake news and that you have learned something new. Until some other time, have fun and bye everybody!